and we are going to understand the concepts about the basic data loading and refresh option. So data loading we have seen in our last session, like how to connect with the SQL Server, how to connect with the Excel or CSV file as well. So what is like data loading? So data loading means to connect the data with the different sources. So like either we connect with this Excel file or SQL and then load the data to the data view. And then we can do the data modeling on top of the data and create a visualization. So that is the objective of the data loading. So we are going to, if we want to create any business solutions, so we need the data. We need to understand like what kind of data it is and how we are going to connect with that data, how many fact tables or dimension table are there in the data. So data loading, when you connect a data source, Power BI loads the data to the internal data model. So either we have seen in the last session, like what are the connectivity modes when we are connecting with the SQL, right? So if you connect with the SQL or if we click on the SQL server, so we can see like what all the options are there. Like either we, by default it will be import. We can do direct query. Import model will always help us to view the data and do the data modeling as well, and then use that data for creating reports or dashboards. But we can't see, I mean, if we have to create anything, for example a new calculated column, so in the direct query mode we cannot do that. So in that case, what we need to do, we need to either create that column in the SQL server and then bring it via using the direct query. Now, what is the difference of like import model will always store your data to a data view. Okay, here we can see this is the import model, right, where we can see the data. But if you see, there is another table which we bought yesterday. So it dim product subcategory, and we created a relationship also with the dim product subcategory with the dim product to understand like what all the categories are there. So in that case, we cannot see the data here in the data view. Like if I click on the table view, we can't see the data. But in the model view, I can see, and also like I can visualize that information. So if I want to visualize the information about the English product subcategory and let's say sales. So if you see here now, it is showing blank. So there is, let's see what is the error. So a connection could not be made to the data source name and protocol TDS address. The database is not, it is not able to find the database, like where exactly is the database. So we need to log into the database. So then only, so this is also one problem. Like if your system is not connected, or if the SQL server is not running in the backend, or the databases is not running, so we won't be able to see that data. So so let me now refresh this table one more time. So you see schema and data, and let's connect to the database as well. So after refreshing, we should be able to see this error will go off. So if you see the evaluation is completed. Yesterday we have seen how we have bought that data and we have created the visualization, right? So if you see now, we are able to view the data, right? So this is one another challenge while importing the data, or like doing the data loading. So when, what is the best practice we follow? We always follow to import the data to the data model. No, we don't do anything like in direct query or live connection until unless like there is a streaming data or we have to work on the streaming data set. So now we see like we are able to see the visuals. So for example, if you publish, So what is the disadvantage also of using like direct query? So if we publish the report and tomorrow like your server is down or database is not running in the back end, there is some server issues, and so then nobody will be able to view their report. If we have scheduled those reports, like it can be manual refresh or it can be scheduled reports, so in that case nobody will be able to view that reports or the numbers. So there is no use of like creating all the data models and all. So then always it will give error after publishing as well. You are not there, and then in that case nobody is able to see all the visualization or the report what we have created. Nobody able to see anything. So that is also one concern while bringing the direct query. Okay, so we need to make sure like our data is available in the best practice is always the import model, and you can bring as much as data it is here in the import model. Only the thing is, restriction is when we are publishing the report, so your Power BI file size should not exceed more than 1 GB in pro license. But when it comes to like premium license, we should be able to see. Okay, so this is about the direct query and the data loading. So thank you very much for watching this, and stay tuned.